Hi everyone, I have a project share for you today and a little tutorial for this project. I'm excited to share with you that I am the guest designer for the month of November for the Loaded Envelopes Galore and More group on Facebook. We will be swapping these stack snowmen, and I'm going to show you how I created mine. If you do a search on Pinterest, you will get all kinds of different ideas on how to create this. Mine was created on the We Are Memory Keepers gift box punch board, and they are really fun for putting gifts inside, such as tags, cards, embellishments, candy, socks, you name it. Whatever can fit in these size boxes is a cute idea for a presentation and a gift. So I'm going to tell you what's inside my stacked snowman after I tell you how to create it. So I have my We Are Memory Keepers gift board, punch board. All right, and I'm going to turn this down a little bit so that you can see me. I have created all the boxes separately. I'm going to show you how to do the biggest one. So the sizes that you will need, if you can create boxes without this, you just have to do a search. You can do a silhouette file that has these boxes, or you can even make boxes with lids as long as they are the correct size for stacking. So the biggest box is this one right here, and that is done on a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and it's 4 by 4 by 4. So you need one box 4 by 4 by 4. That's for the lower portion of the body. Your next box, which is this one, which is the middle of the body, is on a, let's see, a 10 by 10 piece of cardstock, and it's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So that is your middle portion. The head is this box right here. That is done on a 8 by 8 piece of cardstock, and it's 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And the hat is done on a 6 by 6 piece of paper, and it's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. So for the hat, you're going to make your box, and as you can see, I have the closure on the top here, and you don't want to have that on the top because you want your top hat to be flat. So you're going to turn it to the back, and you're going to use, and I'll show you, these antique Spellbinder dies that I have. These right here, they must be antique by now. I think this was the first set I ever bought. You're going to use the largest one, which is in my set is 3 1/2 inches. So I cut 2 pieces of black because I want my top hat to be nice and sturdy. And you are going to take the closure and put it to the back and glue it on like this, and then you can decorate it as you wish. And that way, when you turn it around, your swap partner or your recipient will be able to open this and get whatever you have inside out of there. So that's the hat. Next, I'm going to talk to you about what I did to decorate this, and I just cut an 1/8 of an inch square, shorter than the box, of cardstock, and I ran it through my die cut machine with an embossing folder, and this embossing folder happens to be a snowflake one, and you could use a swirl or a dotted one or any type of Christmas embossing folders that you have in your stash. And I just cut 4 squares, embossed, and then Distress ink and put that on the four sides of the box. You don't have to put it on the bottom. Do not put it on the top. I did that for all these three. And the distress ink that I used for this particular project was the Ranger Broken China. And I was thinking that the tea dye ink would be really pretty as well. It would give your snowman a warm country feel to it. I was going for the ice effect. On that snowman back there, I had taken this right here, which is the Snow Rider, and I had gone around all the edges of my boxes, and I sprinkled some glitter on the corners of all the way around to get a sparkly effect. You could do that, or you could just put stickles on it if you want it to glitter. You could cover the whole thing with snow. It just depends on how you would like to decorate your box. So that is that for what I did to decorate it. I'm going to go over the head portion. For the eyes, I could not find my half round eyes, so in a pinch I used this, and I cut out the black portion of the eyes in these little squiggly eyes and use them, and I will take it down so you can see it. I use that to make my eyes. And for the mouth, what I did is I have hole punches, and I just punched a whole bunch of the small ones and some of the bigger ones. I think those are 1/4 inch. That might be the 1/8. I think it's an 1/8 inch, little hole punch. And I just use that for decorating his mouth. And then for this here, I created the nose by cutting a strip of orange cardstock and wrapping it around a skewer that I had and just gluing it, because I wanted a nose with dimension. But you could actually cut a nose like you see, like a carrot going to the side. That's however you would like to do it. And then to decorate my body portions, I have put some buttons with little, twine tied in the center of them. And then I put some arms on my snowman, and I created the arms with this die right here, which is a Tim Holtz big die. It is 657468, and it's called the Holly Branch. And I would look in your stash and see if you have any of the other Tim Holtz dies that have branches. I was doing a search to see what I could find, and the rolled pine cone Biggs die has a branch. The older cardinal has a branch. There's also a bird that has a branch. And I was looking at the Halloween tree, and you could actually use that and cut it to make it look like a branch. You could also use real branches or grapevine, anything that you can think of. I've seen straws, anything. If you want arms, you don't necessarily have to have arms. I think it's just cute with the arms. And as you can see here, I put the snow text on there and glittered my arms as well. And then I put a ribbon around the head for a scarf, and then just decorated it with some more twine, a snowflake, and a poinsettia that I created. And that's the same thing with the hat. I used a little poinsettia that I created and a snowflake, and I put some snow text on the hat, like snow would look if it had fallen on the hat during a snowstorm. Now, to get inside this box with the ribbon around it, you just pop off this snowflake and this ribbon slides right off the hat. It's like a belly band. All right, so that's how I created the stacked snowman, and I'm going to show you what I did to make the inside of the box so that you can put your embellishments in it and to give you nice crisp edges. So I'm going to take out my gift box punch board, and I have a 12 by 12 piece of paper here. So I'm going to do what the directions say for the 4 by 4 by 4, and it says I'm to put the paper on the extra large start line and the extra large diagonal. So I'm going to take this out, and this is the extra large. I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to punch, and I'm going to score. Oops. And of course, you know you're on camera, you forgot to take out the leg here for the 12 by 12 piece of paper. Okay, and then I'm going to do the extra large here to where it meets this long line, and then I'm going to score here. And then you turn your paper and put it on the extra large, and you punch, you score. See how well that works when you have it correct? And score here and score here. And we are making the 4 by 4 box. We're going to punch, and we're going to score to here, score here, score here. And then we'll turn the paper, and punch, score, score, score. And now I have all my score lines, so I'm going to flip the paper over, and I'm going to punch 4 times around the paper. So I line it up on this line, and I'm just going to punch, punch, I think. Yep. Punch, and one more punch. Then we are going to make the closure. I'm going to turn this down now because I don't need that. And the closure is done on this side. So I punch around 4 times. All right, I'm going to take that out of the way. Now you're going to want to fold all your score lines. This was a really fun project to make. I love how it came out. There's a lot of people that collect snowman, and I'm one of them. I guess it's because I moved to Georgia and we never get snow. And I moved from Connecticut where we got lots of snow. And I do keep a snowman, a little tiny one, up in my dining room all year long to remind me of growing up in Connecticut. Okay, so now I have all the score lines, the basic score lines done, and now these are the actual pieces that get folded to the inside of the box. And this is really what I wanted to show you so that you will get crisp lines. So I'm folding those on all the score lines before I do the next step. So I'm hoping you can see this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put score tape right here and right here because I want to hold this down inside the box so my area is large enough to accommodate what I'm putting inside. So I did not bring scissors, I'm sorry, so I'm going to be ripping this, but mostly all the time I use scissors to do this. So when you put your score tape down, don't go all the way to this corner right here. You're going to come up, because if you go all the way down, you're going to have score tape on the inside of your box, and you don't want that sticky mess there. All right. Try to make this quick as possible because I need to go over what's inside the snowman. All right, and then I need to flip this over, and I need to do this as well. So that these edges will stick inside the box. All right, one more. Okay. So what we're going to do is bring this, and I'll push these back so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to bring this in like this, and we have score tape in here, which is going to hold those edges in nicely to put your embellishments. So you're just going to fold them in like that. And I use my folding tool right here to crease it down. And then to get the nice sharp edges over here, you're going to take this score tape off. I gotta get it in camera here. That's kind of hard to do with it. Should have done the smaller box. All right, so you're just going to line this up with that crease so you have a nice edge. See how nice that is? And I'll do this one. And line it up there. And you have a nice edge. Now you see the inside of your box is flat. And I'll show you more of that when I show you the inside of my box. So I'm not going to do this side because I don't want this video to be too long, but that's what you do to get that box nice and square. All right, I'm going to put this back up a little bit and clear this out, and I'm going to talk to you about what is in this. Sorry for all this shaking. Okay, so for the inside of this box right here, since it is so small, what I have put in here are 2 bonbons. And that's right, I cannot open that without taking that off. All right, but I have 2 of the, what is it? The lint bonbons. They're really good. One of my favorite candies. Anyway, that's what's in here. That's what fit in here. Of course, whatever kind of chocolate you want to put in there, or mints or whatever, go ahead and do that. All right, in the head, what I have put in here are a whole bunch of snowflake and snowman themed embellishments. So, for instance, I have some of these little white, they're like plastic snowflakes. I have some snowflake brads. I have some little snowflake embellishments. They are stickers. These come from Michael's. I have some wooden snowflakes that can be altered. I have these little snowflakes from Michael's. I have a stack of little, I think these are K & Company snowmen. A stack of 3 little cute little snowmen for embellishments. And the last thing I have is this cute little wooden snowman embellishment. And that all fit inside the head. I probably could put a little more, but I didn't want to overstuff it. I also have this cute little clothespin to hold my snowmen together. And you really can't decorate your packages because it adds just too much bulk inside the boxes. But I did put them in little bags. All right, on the inside of the body, the middle body, I created 3x3 gift cards with envelopes, and I'm staying with the snowflake snowman theme for this stack snowman. So these are my cards. I did 3 of them. As you can see, this is the Spellbinder's snowman. So I did 3 of them with the little Spellbinder's snowflakes. And then this is a Martha Stewart branch punch and also a leaf punch. And these are just some little snowflakes from my stash. And then these are the envelopes. And guess what I made this, how I made these. It was on the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. So that's that. I left them blank inside just because I didn't want them to be too thick. So as you can see, I forgot to tell you how to how to put the branch arms in here. So what I did for that was I measured across here and found the middle and went up about 3/4 of an inch. And I used an X-Acto knife and slit about a 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch and stuck my branch in there. You can see it. Can you see it sticking there? And I put some glue so that it won't come out. You can see this side better because I had pushed it in more. So you don't have to be precise in how you put your arms on. You could have one higher than the other. It just gives your snowman character. I'm sorry I didn't explain that sooner. Okay, and in the last box, which is the bottom, it's the biggest one. This is the 4x4. I had altered some snowflakes. And of course, I'm keeping again with the snow and snowman theme. And this is a little Cottage Cuts snowman, and of course a Spellbinder's poinsettia. And then you can get these snowflakes. You can get them from the Dollar Tree. I've got a few here to show you. I like to get the ones from the Dollar Tree because I paint them whatever color I want. This one actually came from Walmart, and it's a gold one. And I use the Tim Holtz Snowflake Rosette die, and that's the background on there. And so I made 2 of those. They're 2 of the same. And then I created 2 tags. And I love and have had this tag for a long time. It's the paper tray ink, and it's this die right here. I use this a lot for making tags. I love it. Had it for quite some time, and I forgot what die this was, where this was from, but it was in my stash, and I got a Martha Stewart snowflake right there, and that's it. So two 4x4 tags fit in here, and these little altered snowflakes fit in here as well. So 2 of those. And that is it for my tutorial and my share today. I'd like to thank you all for joining me and coming to my channel and share my joy of crafting with me. And until next time, everybody, happy crafting!